Hey guys, what's going on? It's Corrupt, and I'm back again with another great gameplay. Just a little heads up about this gameplay. I'm rocking the UMP on this class, and mainly because I'm trying to get all the submachine guns gold at this point, while I still have some double XP left over. So yeah, so my next couple gameplays will probably be with submachine guns. I'm not completely sure. I am trying to get that assault rifle gameplay though for you guys, because that's I think the last one I have to do for improving your game, and then I have a couple other things planned for this season. But anyway, I just want to hop into this what's it called, this topic that I wanted to talk about today, and that's a lot of people ask, you know, fairly frequently actually. A lot of people will ask like, what's better, ADS or Hipfire? And you know, so because that happens a lot, you know, you get into those situations where it's just like at a certain range, you know, you want to start aiming down sights because like across the entire map, obviously hip firing is probably a really bad idea, and at point blank, ADS and hipfire, it doesn't even make a difference because your bullets are still hitting the guy. So I just wanted to pretty much talk about that for this video. So I'll start off by saying that hip firing, all it does is it well, actually no, I'll start off by saying that when you're playing the game, from the game's perspective, from what the programmers put in the game, what aiming down your sight does is it just takes your crosshairs and shrinks them. Now the game put programs in so you can't see your crosshairs anymore when you're aiming down sights, but technically speaking, when you're aiming down sights, all your crosshairs are just becoming like a T, like they're just shrunk down as much as they can be. So your bullets will go straight. But technically speaking, that's how the game is viewing your crosshairs. They're always, you know, your crosshairs are always there. You know, and I mean, technically speaking, the game views it as just a circle, and you know, when you're aiming down sights, it's a dot, and the circle shrinks down when you click the left trigger. It shrinks down. So, like, if you're shooting and from a hip, and then you start aiming down sights, you know, that circle will shrink, and you'll be able to get more shots on target. So that's essentially what's actually happening when you're playing. Just a little heads up there. And pretty much what's going on is when you want to do ADS or hipfire, I think of it like this. The way that I play the game, I mean, certain guns, you know, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but for me, certain guns, some of them, they just feel like you should be using the hipfire more than the ADS. Like for me, that's the PP90. I feel like I do so much better when I hip spray more than when I aim down sights with that. But on other people, they find that aiming down sights is just the way to go. Especially for me with the MP7, a lot of people like hip firing with it. For some reason, like genetically programmed, I find that I just aim down sights whenever I'm using it. I don't know why. I don't know what panic knifer. I don't know, you know, if it would be better if I hip fired, but I just always aim down sights with it. So what I want to get into is thinking a little bit logically here. If you guys think about it, when you're hip firing at point blank and when you're aiming down sights at point blank, it really doesn't make a difference because you're still going to be hitting the exact same point, right? All your bullets are still going to go into the guy if you're point blank, whether you're aiming down sights or not. So it really doesn't make a difference. So for a while, you could, for a good portion of, you know, like your day, you could spend it arguing that, well, if you're going to just ADS the whole time, why not ADS the whole time? Because if you're used to hip firing, then when it becomes out of that point blank range, you might hip fire and miss a couple shots. But what a lot of people don't realize, that should have been a triple. What a lot of people don't realize is that like when you're ADSing all the time, it lowers your turn speed, and that's one of the reasons they put it in the game like that. They wanted to lower your turn speed. Because otherwise, ADSing, you could do that whenever you wanted, like if you're using Stalker and whatnot. You know, like that's why Stalkers, you know, it takes up a perk slot because it's good, you know. So what I would recommend, I don't understand why I just started shooting through that wall. It's confusing. What a lot of people don't get is that ADSing can hurt you just as much as hip firing can hurt you. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this gameplay. And then I wanted to propose a question to you guys. At what range do you guys think that it matters? I mean, especially on shotguns, I find that hip firing is just what you do, or you kind of do like a little pop shot thing with it. But hip firing is what you do. But would it be better if you aim down sights? You know, those little things are a little bit more compressed. And actually, if you look at it on shotguns, like I was talking about that circle that shrinks and stuff on shotguns, even when you're aiming down sights, that circle still has is still pretty wide open because those shells, they fly out, you know, outside of just that pinpoint that you're aiming down sights with. So if you actually think about it, the circle's not always like a perfect dot on all guns. But yeah. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. You know, ask you guys, what do you guys, what range do you guys think that it is where ADSing becomes like harmful, and where hip firing becomes useful, and where hip firing becomes harmful and ADSing becomes useful. Pretty much, you know, like if you guys can master that little range right there, you guys will do great in game. You know, you'll have a lot less trouble. But yeah, so for the remainder of the gameplay, I'm pretty sure people are probably thinking about this today, as this video is going up on Sunday, so I don't know, who knows if my European viewers, I think I have a couple of European viewers, leave a comment if you don't live in the United States and you're watching this video. I know I have a couple Canadian viewers, maybe some European viewers, not totally sure. Let's find out, actually. So yeah, leave a comment if you don't live in the US, and if you live in the US and you're conceited, you can leave a comment too, if you'd like. But yeah, look at me tear this up. But yeah, so Sunday today, Super Bowl Sunday. I'm all pumped up. Now I'm not such a huge football fan. A lot of my friends know that you know I'm not so into football, but I do watch it. You know, I love the Super Bowl. Lots of fun. I get to eat lots of good food. Everybody loves it for that. The commercials are great. But yeah, so I'm all pumped up for this Sunday. I hope you guys are as pumped as I am. So leave a comment. Let me know if you don't live in the U.S. and where you live if you're not in the U.S. And let me know who you're rooting for in the Super Bowl if you are rooting for somebody in the Super Bowl. And yeah, guys, peace out. This has been Corrupt. Hope you all enjoyed the gameplay. And yeah, 37-7. Peace.